guys, this is Klinger from Vital MX. Today we are looking at the Husqvarna 2020 TE 150i. So obviously not a motorbike. This is one of their two-strokes in their Enduro line, designed for more gnarly, tight terrain. We wanted to check out some of the wider range of the TPI bikes. I've ridden a KTM 300, the XEW, and last year I rode the 300XC. So that was the first production motorcycle that was two-stroke, fuel-injected, that is aimed at competition. This one isn't, but we also wanted to check out the 150 engine size with this two-stroke fuel injection technology. So when this first came out, they called it TPI because it is transfer port injection. They were a little hesitant to call it fuel injection because the technology is a little different than what you see on a four-stroke. On a four-stroke, obviously the gasoline and air are put into the bike through the throttle body together. This bike, the throttle body only has air going through it. Later, after the reed cage, oil is injected independently. The gas is injected on both sides of the cylinder in the transfer ports. That's why it's called transfer port injection. No mixing gas. Straight gas goes in the tank. Oil goes in this little filler cap up at the top. The oil tank is housed in the frame of the bike itself, so mass centralization there. What's cool is that the ECU is always metering how much oil to give the bike. So normally when you premix a bike, you premix it to 32 to 1 or 40 to 1 depending on the bike. This bike is actually pretty much going down to almost 100 to 1 when it's idling or really low RPM, and then increasing the oil as you go higher in the RPM to keep things lubricated when you need it. Honestly, my first impression, because I've been riding motorbikes, 250s, 450s, it felt pretty mellow on power, but it is a 150 and a enduro tuned two-stroke. Riding multiple different TPI bikes, I've noticed across the board, these bikes have a almost somewhere between a two-stroke and four-stroke feel. It's a very linear, very gradual hit of power. There isn't really a strong power band in the middle. So there's pros and cons to that. One, it feels less aggressive, but the plus side to that is that it is extremely controllable power and can lug it really low and it has great throttle response. So when you're in the tight technical stuff, that's where this bike really shines, is in the tight technical terrain where you're just barely lugging first gear, second gear, picking your way through up, steep hills, rocky descents. This bike is incredible for that. The suspension is very soft. It's designed to be. I civeted up 5 clicks on the fork and a full turn in the high speed of compression out back. And that helped a little bit for some of the faster kind of whooped out sections that we're riding here. But another day I was also riding very rocky, bouldery terrain, and it soaks it up wonderfully. It's incredible the feel that you get and the control that you get with this bike. So the downsides of the softer suspension obviously is that the faster you go, the more the bike gets out of sorts, and the less fast you can hit things, it just blows through pretty quickly. It is overall set up for really tight technical riding. Where this bike really shines is being super light and also controllability. This is maximum rider control. I feel like I could put anyone that hasn't really ridden a full-size bike before, put them on this bike, and they're not gonna freak out. They're gonna feel in control of the power. They're gonna have a good time. It's light. That's also one of the best things about this bike is I was exploring some areas that I haven't ridden before, and this bike is so light, it's almost like a mountain bike that it inspires me to go down some gnarly canyons and stuff. And if I find, a dead end, or if I find something that's too hard or too steep that I can't get through, turn around, I can basically lift the bike up and turn it around really easily and just kind of pick my way through wherever I want to go. The downside to this power is that if you are riding and you come across something that's super steep, super loose, like a big hill climb, you're going to be on struggle street trying to get up and over that quickly. I mean, obviously, if you're a talented rider and you're a talented hill climber, you can make any bike go up any hill, but that's where a 250 or 350 or even a four-stroke, those bikes are going to have an advantage over this bike. But I think for the fun factor, the ease of use, how much it inspires me to explore new terrain and really tight, hard, extreme enduro type terrain, it's really fun to ride. So we're gonna see if Husqvarna lets us keep this bike for a little bit longer, because I wanna keep riding it. So if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. And if you're on our site, please check out our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.